So you've always had a drive to make a name for yourself, and now you've hit 100,000 followers, and you're getting flown out to places like New York City for TikTok events. Is this a surreal feeling, or did you know that it would get to this point?
I feel like it is surreal because I'm like, what is happening and like, how is this my life? But at the same time, I like did know that I would reach this point. Like, I always believed, and I believe that I'll do even more because I feel like you have to believe to make it come true. So, kind of both, I guess.
Yeah. So like on that, you get a lot of support from your friends, right? I mean, I saw when you hit 100K, they like set up balloons for you and like that whole thing.
Yeah,
How
that was
much how
so
much does that
cute.
mean to you that they're
Like,
there
so
for
much.
you?
And like, really, like, a lot of the stuff I do, I try to pull them into it. And like, if I'm going to an event, I'm like, how many friends can I bring? Like, if they send me stuff, I'm like sharing it with everybody because I feel like it's not fun like without my friends there with me. So it means so much that they support me. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel
That
like we both benefit from it. So they're like
yeah.
encouraging me because they like see some of the benefits too, I think.
Totally. And that support's huge because like with posting on social media content creation, like I mean, you have 100,000 followers, so so many people are like
Yeah, it's
seeing your
embarrassing.
face and like I don't know, like for me too, it's like so many people are judging, criticizing, and that's really probably the number one reason why content creators fail is because they're getting discouraged by what other people think about them.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of deal with that? How do you not get worried about being judged online?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, first of all, the hater accounts are always like little bot accounts. You can just tell it's like user blah blah blah, and they don't have a like profile picture. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I try to just like tell myself that they're just haters and like that's what they like to do like online, and it helps me like disassociate, I guess, from it. But sometimes like things do kind of get to me. I guess like getting started, I kind of was lucky because this video series I did kind of blew up right away. So I kind of like dodged the bullet of like the slow start and like feeling awkward because you're not seeing any
Yeah.
views or like traction at first. And that's, I feel like that's also what's really hard. It's like even if you do start, a lot of people like will get discouraged because it doesn't catch on or whatever. But I kind of got lucky, and I think that's what made me just like full force like jump in. Did that even answer the
It
question?
did. So
Okay.
what was that video series that you started
Yeah,
with?
the first one, I saw some other girl like cleaning out her closet, and it was the summer of 2023, right? I think it was the summer of 2023. I saw some girl cleaning out her closet on TikTok, and so I kind of did like a variation on that. I like would try on every single article of clothing and be like, "Do I want it? Do I like want to sell it? Whatever." And people loved those videos. It was awesome, and so those really took off. And then I kind of just started working in like the videos that I wanted to make, like get ready with me for this and like pick an outfit. And like those I kind of saw like being more timeless. So I obviously wanted to like get those going too. And the closet ones would blow up. Those ones I would just mix in, and then it kind of like it just helps me grow. Like
Yeah. Yeah. So get ready with me like that's your main thing right now, right?
I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's always a go-to because there's always something to get ready for.
Right.
And it's so easy now that I do it so much. Like, I can just quickly kind of like spit out those videos, and they do like good. Like,
They
they
they get
do
a lot of
good. They
views.
do
Yeah.
like they like on average. I feel like they like do better than some other videos that I'll like really think of a creative idea and like
Right.
try to like do something new. And it's like, no, like just stick to what you know.
Yeah. I mean, no, the get ready with me is I mean, it's insanely repeatable. Like you said, you're getting ready for something every day and sticking a phone in front of you isn't like hard to do.
No.
And the crazy thing is that you're making like a ton of money from this. You're getting flown out to New York City. I mean, that's where you were last weekend. So why isn't everyone doing that? Like, why don't more
I
people do
don't know.
that?
That's what I'm asking. No, I think, I mean, like, people, even in my own life, will be like, I could never do that. Like, I don't know. So I kind of think it just
But
plays into
why?
like your personality type. Like, for
Yeah.
me, it's like so natural and so easy. But I just think some people like are shy, or like, I think it's really just the idea of getting started and like starting from nothing. People can't really like push themselves to do it, I guess. But
Yeah.
I'm asking that too because like the way that this has happened, I'm just like it's like a dream.
Right. I think I think starting is definitely the hardest part. That's kind of where I
Yeah.
was. I started my account a year ago, but I wanted to start it 3 years ago. But I was just like
Just
scared to
hesitating.
start because it's like
Yeah.
the second you start it, there's no going back. You know, it's
Yeah.
like once you put your face out there, it's like okay, everyone's seen that, and like then there's no stopping
Yeah.
after that. But yeah, I mean, for me, like I always wish that I started earlier, and so like I don't know to people listening now that want to start but are scared. Like, what would you say to them?
I think just do it because you never know if you don't try. And I think it's just important to like find a niche. I know like everyone says that in social media, but like I think some things that people are missing is like just watch it back and be like, would you like would your short attention span, like mine is short too.
Yeah.
Would you like say on that video? And I feel like some people are like, well, it's my life and like I like to show everything, like and it's like I feel like you have to like just be so like cut and like my friends will
Yeah.
watch me edit my videos like even just like this past week like someone saw it and they were like wait you're like so like fast at that and like you've gotten so good at that because I can just like chop it down and like
Right.
I'll cut out like we'll be like doing our makeup together, me and a friend or something, and like something silly, I don't know. And like I'll just cut out like literally a whole chunk of our conversation. And it's just like, I mean, like I loved having the conversation with you, but like I don't know if people on TikTok want to watch that conversation be had, Like
Right.
you have to like think about what's really important. But yeah, I think you just have to like be authentic because if you're putting on like a face for it, like it's only so long that can last. So I think you just have to stick with like what you like to do and like who you truly are because that's what will stick with you and you can keep it up forever.
Yeah. So how do you balance that authenticity versus what's performing well on TikTok? Cuz like for me with the journal videos like that blew up for me and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. And then I caught myself sometimes and I was like, is this really what I want to be writing about? Like there was one time I made a video on the law of attraction and it got like 3 million views. And I was like, shit, like I guess I got to make another one, right?
Yeah, part two.
So I kind of made a part two and it got 1 million views. And I was like, damn, like I don't really want to be the law of attraction guy. That's not really my
Yeah.
thing. So then I switched back. So do you kind of balance that as well of like, what works well, like get ready with me's versus something else?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of still like I feel like I'm new enough to all this that I'm still kind of like guessing and trying things. So like I try to like pick my friends' brains or just like think of like new series and new like I don't know, like what can I do with like clothes that's just like different? Like I don't know, like little spins off things.
Yeah.
And I don't know, always open to trying new things, but some things just stick and some things just don't. And I feel like I feel like just when you know it's right,
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I kind of just stick to what I know and like I'll try random things or like I'll just be feeling silly and hungover one day and like post a weird video of me being chaotic and like sometimes those do like insanely well and then sometimes they don't and I haven't even quite nailed down like what makes certain videos do so well.
Kind of impossible.
I know. And so yeah, and so like it's kind of just a guessing game and like I just if it feels right to put it out there, I just keep doing it because you never know which one's going to pick up.
Yeah.
So
And do you find yourself asking that question of like, would I even watch this
yeah.
every time you post?
Yeah, for sure. Or like it's even just like I just try to get mine to like a minute. Like ideally, I mean if there's a lot of content, but like I just like I'm like people do not want to be they're not going to watch it for that long.
Yeah.
And so like I just like cut it down as much as possible and then yeah, sometimes I'll start a video and I'll just be like this is stupid. Like I need to cut this.
Is your goal usually to get it over a minute for the creator
Yes.
awards?
So in the creator thing, it's like
Can you explain? what
Yeah,
the program
I mean,
is?
they changed it and I didn't read. I just like accepted the terms, how like I never read anything. But they did change something. I think it has to be over a minute. It has to be like it used to have to be like your voice, but I think they might have changed that because I had that
Really?
like Jellycat exchange video go
Yeah.
like pretty viral and it was like to a song. So I don't know if that's a thing. But there's like certain requirements and I try to like follow them, but sometimes not. It's like if a video blows up and I don't get paid for it, like that's still good. Like that's still good
Right.
that it blew up, like for views and stuff.
Definitely. So, yeah, I mean, like, aside from money, aside from brand deals, aside from status, like, what are some other kind of unspoken benefits of posting on TikTok?
I mean, like I get free stuff. And like, okay, so I remember starting and I was literally like, if I can just get like free clothes sent to me, like my world will be made, like I'll have made it, like whatever. And like, I mean, obviously I always want to be bigger, but like I thought that was like insane. Like just to get like all these
That was the
clothes sent to
goal.
you. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the goal. And that happened. I was so excited and happy. But then like obviously it's just like evolved so much more from that. What was the question again?
Like, what are
Oh, the benefits.
unspoken
Yeah.
benefits?
So like the free stuff's amazing. But yeah, I think kind of going back to my friends, like it's so fun to get to do cool things with them. Hallie, one of the like brands I work with a lot, they like wanted to do this launch, like this new product launch thing, and like they were like, this whole idea is that we'll send your whole friend group like out to dinner. So like send us like
Oh,
nice restaurants in Lawrence, and like we'll send you to dinner and stuff. And like that hasn't happened yet. We need to like figure that out. But like it's just like things like that where like my friends can get included and it can like create like new experiences for us, I guess. That's like my favorite part, I feel like trips, anything like that. That's kind of like it used to be like I want free clothes. Now it's like when I get to go on a trip
I
with my
want free
friends, like
trips.
yeah, that's how I know.
So, yeah, I mean, you mentioned this before. You were just in New York City with Hallie.
Hallie.
What what does Hallie do, and what were the highlights of that trip?
Okay, Hallie plug.
Hallie plug.
We're
I don't
gonna
know
be so
what they
happy.
do, but
Yes. Yeah, so Hallie's like a hair kind of accessory. I guess they do like hair masks, like just a hair care company. And I started with them like at the end of summer, this past summer, and they did like the little hair gems. And so like my video for that went really viral. I think that's why they love me so much because like that video did really well and they were like, "Wow, you're like our gem pen girl." And so yeah, so it's been really fun to work with them. They just launched a new like hair perfume, which normal perfumes I guess are not okay for your hair, but this one is. And so that was really exciting. They launched it on TikTok Shop. So they did like a whole like live from TikTok Studios event last Thursday. And they invited me to it and I got to go. It was kind of my first like big influencer event. It was so fun.
and you got to meet some other
Yeah.
influencers, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
And how important is that?
I met some friends. It was really cool. Like I was kind of telling you before, but like they like you'll meet someone and they're so friendly and nice and like I don't want to be like a creep and like looking them up while I'm there, but I'll leave and be a creep and look them up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, you have like 5 million followers. That's like crazy." And yeah, so like I don't know. I think I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't really like I try not to expect anything, you know, ever. And so I don't know what I was expecting before it, but like it was just really cool. It was kind of what I was expecting if I was expecting anything.
So go in more on that. If you say you don't expect things, why?
Yeah. Well, I think just like in life, and like if you have like high expectations, you're gonna get disappointed. So I try to not, but it's hard. It's hard to not
Just take it as it
sometimes.
comes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
So, along with Hallie, you've done brand deals with Coach, JBL, Unwell, and a lot more. Can you kind of talk about the process of getting a brand deal, and then also, like, do you ever turn them down if they don't align with your content?
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know what I was doing when I got started, but I made an email account, and you know, I was like, that makes me seem official. I made a link tree. And I put the email in the link tree. And basically, brands will just email me usually. Like sometimes I'll get Instagram DMs, but I don't see those as much. So like I check my email like every day and you can tell which ones come in that are very like spam like sent out, but like you can also see like sometimes there'll be really cool ones that come in. And so that's mainly how I get reached out to is just that email account I set up. And they'll just send over like so everything I do is like a guessing like I'm just faking it until I make it kind of thing. And so like even just like like emailing back to people, they'll like use terminology that's like in social media world, like whatever, and like they definitely think I know everything that they're talking about, and I have to like Google things. So like it kind of was like, and now I feel way more confident like responding. I can respond so fast, and like I used to feel uncomfortable when they would ask like what my rate was for things, and like I don't know, it's just like kind of weird because I'm like I don't know what my rate is. Like how much do you want to pay me? I'll take anything. But now it's kind of like I know what I should be asking for more, and so I feel way more comfortable responding to those emails and like quicker at it and things like that. And yeah, sometimes I like again, like sometimes it's very spammy ones that come in. So like obviously I just kind of disregard those. And then sometimes like I'll get sent products to try, and I do always like try to, if they come in and be like, hey, like promote this product, it's skincare, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm like, you can send it to me and I can see, because like I don't know. I don't want to flood my feed with ads, especially if it's like for bad stuff. So yeah. So sometimes it's like I'll try it and then we can discuss a deal later. But I don't know. I feel like most of them, like okay, honestly, there's been like really weird ones. There's been like a vacuum one, or like I'm trying to think of like.
Wait, did you do that
no,
one? Or,
like
they set you
no,
up?
because like I don't know. I don't even know. There's been like really weird ones where I'm just like, how would I even like
What would
casually
you
like
do
work
with the
that in?
Yeah.
So yeah, those I'm
Get
obviously
ready with me and my vacuum.
Yeah, so those I have to turn down or just like ghost them. Sorry.
So, okay, what's your dream collab?
Oh,
Dream brand?
this isn't really like fitting my brand because I'm like giving like broke college girl, I feel like kind of, but like a luxury, like bougie, like Chanel brand. I feel like that would be like insane. But those are more so like you're a model, like for their like campaign on their magazine.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not really, I don't know if that's a brand deal at that point.
Isn't Coach kind of like that or no?
Coach is giving that, I guess.
Okay. It's giving.
Yeah, it's giving that.
Okay.
No, Coach is like, that's true. Coach is like pretty awesome. I was so happy about that. I feel like things come and then I'm just like on to the next. And I feel like that honestly is probably something I could get better at, is just like being like, that was so awesome. Like I need to appreciate that more.
Yeah. And your one with JBL, wasn't they
Yeah.
do something at KU with
Yeah,
that
that was
too?
so cool. They just came and wanted to promote at like the really big basketball game that we had. UCU. Does anyone know?
UCU?
Carolina?
UCF?
UNC.
UNC?
They came for the UNC
Thanks, Skip.
game. Yeah. People were so mad at me because like they offered me tickets for that game and apparently tickets were like $2,000.
Oh, they were probably so
and I was
expensive.
like, yeah, I'm going to the game this week, like whatever. And like guys I was with were like, what? Like what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, that was so cool. They just like did a little pop-up like activation thing outside, like by the line that was going.
Yeah, I kinda
We're giving
remember
out speakers and stuff. And so they just wanted me to do some posts before to like let people know that was happening. Which I love that because I love when it's like tied to KU. It just makes it seem more authentic.
Right.
And like whenever I can like make it about my real life, kind of, it's less, I don't know, comes off better, I think.
Yeah. So, speaking on KU, do you ever get like recognized, or do you have random people coming up to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it so much. But like my friends are just like, bruh. Like at this point, like we'll go out. It's always when we're out because people are drunk and like more friendly and talkative and
yeah.
bolder. But like I've like had someone stop me at the gym, and when I'm working, like a lot, honestly, because like the drunk girls will be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
and like pictures, like everything, like, and you wouldn't think. I feel like you wouldn't think that people like would think I'm that famous. I don't think. Like,
I feel like here, I mean, so for a long time, I thought I had the most followers here. And then I came across your page and I was like, damn it. I'm not. I was like, she is.
yeah, no, we should like race each other.
Yeah. But I think in terms of people that post on social media here, I'm pretty sure it's just us. I don't know
Yeah.
of anyone else.
We're like, if you're out there, correct
Yeah.
us.
And I mean,
Come on the podcast.
like your content is kind of targeted towards college girls, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of makes sense that you get a lot
Yeah.
of people coming up to you.
I don't know. I just like people will like freak out kind of sometimes. Like
Right.
not all the time. I'm not trying to be like that, but like I just like get surprised sometimes like by how much they're like I'm like, hey.
It's probably refreshing for a lot of people to come across your content where you're being like so real and open.
Yeah.
Like you said, you'll record yourself hungover, like doing whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas like most people, I feel like especially women, try and act like they have this perfect life and they're never hungover. And so they see you and they're probably like, oh my gosh, this girl's so cool. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably
Well,
what
yeah, I think that's the whole thing. It's like people want to put on a good face because they think that will make people like them. But I think, at least I've realized, like, just put it out there and like be yourself. And people do find that more like maybe relatable.
It's kind of the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Being yourself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you build your personal brand, right?
Yeah, for sure. Which I'm definitely still trying to do. Like I kind of look up to other influencers that are doing similar content to me to kind of get ideas. And again, I said I literally like started all this alone and like still like I've had like some like agencies, I guess, or like talent management agencies. I've had some of them reach out and like kind of I've even been like on a call with some of them, but I can't tell like when I'd be ready for that. And like I think the longer I go without one of those, again, they'll take some of like the money you earn, but also I feel like I learn just by having to figure everything out. And so I'm kind of trying to like wait as long as I can without that, but sometimes it means that I'm just like fully like guessing and maybe I'm missing out on opportunities, but I don't know. Kind of something I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah. We'd like to take a quick minute to talk about the best Lawrence-based clothing brand.
The Vintage Hawks is a Lawrence-based clothing company that was started by Say and Tay Alcorn, the two people who were on our first episode of this podcast.
So, to honor them and their new hats, we'd like to give away 3 to you.
I don't normally wear hats because I look stupid in them, but if I wore hats a lot, this is probably one of the first ones I would put on.
They sell a ton of unique KU-based vintage clothing, and you can find them at the Vintage Hawks on Instagram.
Speaking of Instagram, that's where we're going to be giving away these hats. All you have to do is go to our Instagram, smarter.pod, and tag a few of your friends, and you'll be entered to win.
And now, let's get back to the episode. I mean, like, your whole thing's kind of personal brand, right?
Yeah. It's just like you watch like Alex Earl. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sometimes guys don't, and then we're like green flag, but no. Her whole thing.
Wait, so am I a red flag?
No, you're like a normal like neutral flag, but
Beige.
Okay. But her whole thing, like in her bio forever, was like hot mess, and then she like she started a podcast, and it's called Hot Mess, and she has like a clothing line, and it's like Hot Mess, like the podcast, and like it just like that was her bio for so long that she like was able to turn that whole like 2 words into a whole. She's able to turn those like 2 words into her whole brand. And like I'm obviously like taking inspo from her. Like when I first started, I was like, okay, she does Get Ready With Me's. She has a link tree. Like I was just kind of taking things she did and doing them. And so I've been thinking a lot about that brand piece. And I'm like, I don't know what mine would be if I had to narrow it down.
Like if you were to start a brand based off of your following, is that kind
Yeah.
of what you're saying?
Yeah,
Well, I guess you don't know what
I know.
you want it to
I don't-
be. I
I
mean,
don't
you don't really need one. I think that's the cool thing. Bless you.
Thanks.
I think that's the cool thing about social media and content creation in 2025 is you don't really need like to be selling something to make money. I mean,
Yeah.
you know that you're not selling anything
Yeah.
directly.
True.
So was there a moment for you where you kind of realized like, oh, I can make serious money from this?
Like, yes. I have like such a specific moment that pops into my head. It was during COVID, and my parents were really strict during that time. So like I spent a lot of time at home and on my phone and doing whatever. But I remember coming across this video of this influencer. I don't even know who she is now. Like it was just random. And she was like very open about like how much she makes. And I feel like not a lot of people are, or like maybe weren't at the time, or I don't know. And so she like really broke it down. She was like, I just bought like my own like car, like I don't know, she said something crazy. She was like, I paid off my like parents' house and like bought this new like nice car, and like was just like telling us like all about that. And I like saw that video and I was just like, oh my God, like I can do what she's doing. And so I sprinted down my stairs to my parents. They were just hanging out downstairs, and I was like, guys, like watch this video, and like I'm gonna do this, like watch. And they were like kind of doubtful. Not that my parents are so supportive, but like they were just kind of like, yeah, like go make $1 million on social media. Like, no. But now that like I've kind of started doing it, they're like, oh my gosh. And like they're so supportive. They're always asking. My dad tries to like give me ideas, which like usually they're not like hitting.
Do you have an
But
example of an idea?
wait, let me think for 1 second, because honestly, maybe he makes board games. So he'll like try to make me like do stuff for that sometimes, like for his own personal usage. But I'm trying to think. He like, I don't know. I'll do something and he's like, you need to jump on this and like do this. And it's like something I'm already like doing or thought about or whatever. And he's like, I don't know. I just love like the effort and the care like that he's showing. But sometimes it's just not that helpful.
My dad wants to be a DJ, so he's always asking if he can post his DJ stuff on my TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
You're like, no. Wait, like how serious is he about that?
He does have a chain, and he's going to be listening to this, so I'll say very serious, but
You got it.
not serious at all. So going back to making money on social media and, you know, amidst like the TikTok ban and all that, I mean, do you think that this is sustainable right now? And is it important to still have like your degree or a backup plan? Because I feel like a lot of people aren't going to college nowadays to, you know, go after something like this. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, the ban, even though it was really short, like it definitely kind of like shook me up a little bit just because I was like, okay, like all this stuff is kind of fragile. It's like bigger than us. Like we don't really have that much control over
Right.
it, even though like it is like the livelihood of a lot of people. And so it definitely like showed me that I need to like be getting on other platforms or just kind of have like a backup plan like that. And yes, I mean, I'm glad I have my college degree. Like, I think that's great. But I think also it's like if TikTok got shut down, like there would be something else or like there'll always be something new.
Right.
And hopefully, like, knock on wood, I guess. Like, I hope that's not like, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Like, I hope like, no, I hope like phones like don't, I don't know. I hope there's not like anything crazy that happens, but I just feel like there would always be like an alternative. So I think the biggest thing is you just have to like be ready to like pivot and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like just kind of stay on top of what's happening and be ready and not like fall behind.
Right. I mean, we've seen that with Vine, almost
Yeah.
TikTok, and now, I mean, I think almost every social media platform has short form content, like
Yeah.
YouTube, Snapchat.
Yeah, they're all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, they all have it. So I feel like it's sustainable in that sense, but I think both of us, we really only post
Yeah.
on TikTok.
I was
which
gonna
is a little
say, like,
scary.
yeah, I know. Like, whenever that happened, I think I was in a little bit of a denial because I really wasn't that sad. Like, it's not like I cried or anything. But my friends were like, not like, it was kind of real for me in the sense that I was just like, it's gonna be gone. Like, it's, and like, my Instagram does not have that, and like other platforms don't have that.
Right.
And like, if you don't figure out how to get everyone to go transfer before, it's like it's done, and you can't do anything about it. And I don't think my friends like noticed that or like realized that because I would like be telling them like, no, like this is really bad, and they'd be like, you're fine, like just post on Instagram, move to Reels, whatever. And I'm like, I can, but I'm kind of starting over again.
So we've talked a lot about the benefits of social media, like making money, brand deals, all that. And I'm assuming that a lot of people online and maybe even some people listening to this think that it's like super easy to be an influencer, which I've always thought that objectively it kind of is, like creating the actual video. It's like doesn't take that much time. But what are like some of the challenges that you face, and what are the hard parts that someone might not know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like overall like it is pretty easy, and I think like people that end up doing it like are good at it, and that's why it kind of like works for you. So yeah, like I think objectively like yes. But again, when I started like I didn't have anyone that I knew personally that was doing it. So not even anyone to ask, and I had no idea what I was doing. So that whole piece was kind of hard, and just like kind of just like learning the industry, I guess. Like they'll send you a creative brief and there's like all these video requirements in it, and there's a timeline of when they want the video back, and then they can send corrections that you have to make. And like maybe you don't have the same setup that you did, and it's going to look weird for the corrections. Like it's just like all those little like logistical things do make it really hard. And like I don't think I ever just like thought about how obviously there's like requirements that the brand wants you to like hit on, or like even just like I've had like sometimes I'll make a whole video. Like I remember I did like Lumi Glotion, like this like really popular makeup viral product thing last year, and I filmed the whole video like it was like inverse, like the product. And so like I did this whole video. It was like when I was pretty new to it. So like I was pretty new to it. So like I feel like it kind of took me longer and stuff. And then I sent it to them. I'm so happy. And then they're like, can you redo it all? Like, you need to like flip or like have the setting on where you flip it or whatever. And it's just kind of like sometimes a little like, what is the word? Discouraging, I guess. Like when they want you to make corrections. And I've had just times when I'm like so busy. Also, yeah, kind of the timeline piece. Like sometimes if you're working on different things, it's kind of about you making your schedule work for yourself. And then if I have school and work and stuff like that too, sometimes that part's a little hard. Specifically, I remember the JBL week. And then there was like a coach campaign thing that was due that week too. And I remember I was going to like shoot some photos, I think, for the coach thing. I also always have to round up like a friend to help me shoot stuff if I need like photos taken or something. So that part's also kind of like challenging. But I remember I was going to take some coach pictures and I crashed my car and I was already like stressing out, like trying to get all the stuff done. It was like cold, but JBL wanted me to take pictures outside and like it was just like so overwhelming. I probably had like school stuff going on and I crashed my car. And I remember I was like, I got through that. We exchanged everything we needed to exchange. We go down to mass. I'm like, I still need to turn in these photos. So like, let's go. And I'm like literally like wiping my tears like between photos just because I'm like stressed out, like anxiety like is through the roof. Like it's just like, but the whole time I'm just like, I'm so happy to be doing this. Like I want to do this. Like, because sometimes it literally feels like this is too much. Like I can't. But then I just have to like bring myself back and be like, you're not even like as big as you want to be. So you're gonna have to like get some tougher skin or something.
Yeah. So when people come across your page, what is a misconception that they might have about you?
I don't really know how to say it, but I think like according to my content, like yes, I'm in college, but like I do all these fun things with my friends. I go eat sushi like too much. Like I like live a really fun lifestyle. I go on trips and I'm in a sorority. Like, I don't know, going to a big university even kind of seems like out of reach for some people. But I think that all of those things would make people think like I'm like getting everything paid for and like my parents are sending me to college and everything. But in reality, I'm paying like all my own bills and rent and tuition and like all these things. And I say that because I feel like that could inspire people that don't think that like it'd even be possible for them to go to KU, let alone like be in a sorority, do any of this stuff. I feel like you can make it happen. And like, also I was doing this before I was like making money on TikTok. So like, I don't know. I want people to know that like you can like work multiple jobs and like have like this fun life. Cause like some of the comments I get will be like, you're so lucky. Or like, I don't know, like things like kind of like.
People make assumptions.
Yeah. Or like, yeah. And not even in a bad way, but they're just kind of like, I wish I could do this. And I'm like, yes, obviously there's like other things and I'm very like privileged and lucky and stuff, but I feel like it's not as out of reach as I think you would think. And like sororities have like payment plans and like all this stuff that I've had to figure out and like make my lifestyle that I want work for me. And so I think I think that's a misconception, and I hope if anything that just like inspires people to like chase after the stuff they want to do.
Yeah, good for you. Love that. And I don't even think we mentioned we're filming in Leroy's Tavern right now, which is where you work.
My workplace.
And
yes.
Cooper works there too. Shout out Leroy's. Come here for the best bartending service of your life. When do you work next?
Well, I keep giving up my shifts, but maybe next Thursday? Nope, I'll be on spring break. The Thursday after that one?
Okay. What about you, Coop?
Don't hold your breath.
Thursday? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Partners.
Come on down to Leroy's Tavern. Love it. Okay, so we're kind of wrapping up here. So we want to do a little comment reading segment. I'm gonna read some hate comments, and then you're gonna give your reaction. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull these up. Influencers mean nothing at all.
I think they're just jealous, probably, right?
Probably. Yo, who cares? The fuck is this?
See, these just make me laugh because it's always like user 96345.
That was from Cole Neville.
Oh, okay, he's proud, I guess. He's proud.
Why do you talk like that?
Well, Probably because I was born with this voice. People always make fun of my ears too, because one like sticks out more. And like my mom said when I was a baby, she had to like tape it back so it would grow straight. And like people will always comment, especially when I'm wearing like my hair slicked back. And I tell them, I respond, and I'm like, I was born like that. I'm sorry that it offends you.
Can you possibly? This is so mean.
Yeah, please remind me.
Can you possibly live your life without constantly begging everyone around you for attention? It's from Mikey Toes.
See, like you just have to laugh. And like also, I will say, shout out to like people that see my videos, because for every hate comment, it'll be like 13 replies, especially if it like blows up, and it'll be like, get a life, blah blah blah, and like everyone defends me. Or it'll be like, if I ever respond, the hate comment will have like 0 likes, and it'll be like 12 likes like on my like snarky thing that I say back.
You got people backing you up.
Yes, it's amazing.
This guy said your life is boring.
Was that body count 311?
Yeah.
Sick.
Is that your biggest
like,
hater?
He's like a loyal hater.
Wow.
For a while, he was like commenting on every single video. Yeah, he's growing like the algorithm or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. So shout out the haters. One thing that I heard one time that's kind of goes with what we're talking about. It was like a musician will never make fun of someone who's trying to create music. A business owner will never make fun of someone starting a business. Kind of the same here. It's like the people who are talking shit in your comments, they don't post anything at all.
They never
it's
will.
No point in listening to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
That's so true.
Okay, so kind of some more wrap-up questions focused on college, because that's where we're at. That's where most of our audience is. What has been like one of the biggest benefits of college for you?
Ooh. I'd probably just say like the connections I've made. Like my friends that I've met are like gonna be with me forever. Same with like connections with like teachers and stuff. I honestly wouldn't even say it's like any of the like memorization like things that I had to like know for tests.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's more, I mean, maybe more so like the way I think about things, or like being in the business school is great because like I have like a holistic view of like business, and like that I'll take with me, but like
Right.
specifics, like
Specific classes, no.
like
Yeah.
grades don't matter.
I agree. Yeah, grades don't matter. Anyways, what is the best bar in Lawrence?
Oh, well, we're in the one I
Besides
work
Leroy's.
in. Yeah, can
Besides
we?
Leroy's.
Okay. If it's not Leroy's, I really like the Bourgeois Pig. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's like the one in that corner.
Bourgeois?
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois? How did you?
I think it's Bourgeois Pig.
What'd you say? You said bourgeoisie today. Bourgeoisie.
No, I think it's
have
bourgeois.
bourgeois.
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
Bourgeois.
Whatever. The pig that's on like 9th, I think. The pig.
Yeah, the pig.
I love it. They have the best espresso martini,
That is a cool spot, and they
Yeah.
have like outside.
and it's more of like a vibe, but it's like dark and
It doesn't like smell bad. In there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite memory at KU?
probably Vegas. That wasn't even at KU. We left KU, but yeah, fall break. We all went to Vegas, and that was like the best weekend of my life.
Did you win some money?
No, lost like $200, but it could have been worse.
It's not bad.
All on the slots though.
Nice. What are your post grad plans?
You know, that's like a big ... moment.
Okay.
But I do really want to move to Austin, I think, with my friends. We've been dreaming about that ever since we visited sophomore year.
Okay.
We're moving there. So hopefully that like makes it out of the group chat. But I think the biggest thing on my to-do list is to not have a 9-to-5 job though. So ideally social
a good
media, but we've got some work to do before that. I hope so.
I think you've set yourself up nicely for that. What are your social media goals, like followers, say in the next year, next 5 years? I don't know. What do you want?
That's hard because I feel like I don't really have control of it. Like I was literally sitting at like 99.8 for like a month, and then like randomly it was like 110 like the next
Yeah.
day. Like it just blows up.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it's hard to set goals like that, but I do kind of think it's like exponential. Like once you hit 100K, I feel like it might grow kind of faster. Like I hope that's true. But like I don't know. So it's kind of hard to say, but like next year, let's say 1 mil. Why not?
Love it. Good goal. And what is your TikTok handle so we can have people find it?
Olivia Neely with 2 Y's. Do you need the
Sweet.
spelling? Put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen. I'll do that.
Or like,
That's gonna be me putting it on there.
yeah, Olivia Neely. You can just look up my name, you'll find it.
Yep. Okay. Anything else? Any final words of wisdom? Any pieces of advice? Anything we missed?
I wish we could like do like a. Is it time? Like, announce a big like drop of.
Any big announcements?
I'm dropping a song next week.
No, you're not.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's it.
All right. Olivia Neely, everybody. Thanks for
Yay.
coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
No. Waking up, busting your butt.